is it your country?
It was promised to you 3,000 years ago again, like Israel?
Well, it was promised to you because that's what you think. You claim that.
Yeah, because we've been around and we have a country. You guys, Kurds, you don't even have a country.
Yeah, this is immoral that I don't have a country. It's not
so
something.
So you want to separate my country and declare your
you need to have sympathy.
It's not going to happen.
You need to have sympathy as a human being, as a democratic person. You need to have sympathy that a nation that
sympathy giving my country to you. You want to occupy my country and you call it sympathy?
Guys,
it's not going to happen.
Non-Iranians, when I explain to you that it's going to be like an onion, you remove one, it's going to be the same form, but will be oppressing other people in a different under a different name. The mentality is the same. The racism is the same. You will only change fundamentalist or religious.
You are the one you want to get invade another country and you call it sympathy. And
I just simply asked you a question to expose.
Don't ask me a question. Respond to my question. Currently, you guys don't have a country, right? You want to take your part, invade my country, getting armed by
what country?
Trump, and then you want to come to my country, invade and occupy, and you call it a sympathy. We don't have any sympathy on that part.
Guys, they created.
Wait, Ahmed, I have a question for you. Who do you support? Do you support Israel in this whole thing? In America?
Well, the thing is, if Israel did something good, I will support them. If they did something bad, I will not support them. It's. I think it's like I don't know how to answer that.
It's
question.
A yes or no question. No. It's a yes or no question.
Not necessarily. That's the right answer.
No. Unity.
No, that's reasonable.
Unity. Shut the fuck up. Unity, shut up. This ain't got nothing to do with you, boy. Mind your business sometimes. Shit. Gotta learn that shit. Learn to read the room. You just came up, bro. Sometimes shut up. Respectfully. Anyway, Ahmed, respectfully, I'm asking you a question. Do you support Israel? Do you support Zionism? Do you support the whole thing that is going on right now, today?
I cannot answer you that way. I'm saying if
you have to give a definite answer, bro. But wait, hold on. Respectfully, you have to give a definite answer because I'm asking you a definite question. We don't need the heebly gobla. If you do, it's cool. We just want to hit your point. You have to pick a side in this one.
I'm not picking a side.
You can't do it because regardless, we suffer on that other side. You understand?
We Kurdish suffered more than anybody else, okay?
No, you didn't suffer more than black people. I'm black, bro. You didn't suffer more than Africans. You didn't suffer more than black people in America. You haven't suffered. You want to talk about our deaths globally topples. We can fill up a whole nother planet. What they think of us, we've been slaves to Arabs. We've been slaves to everyone. So please, let's not do that. Respectfully. That's why I asked you the question again. Do you support Israel in this whole thing that is going on today? Please answer it, yes or no.
I will repeat with all the respect. I repeat because this is a question of not a yes or no question. If Israel ever done something bad, I will not support it. Just like any other country. But I believe everyone should have their own country because I am a person. We are 50 to 60 million people in the world. We're displaced. There's not have been a day, 100 years that a Kurdish person did not die. There's not been one.
You know why you're not condemning? Because you are getting armed by Israel. That's what.
Okay, you just answered my question.
You got armed fearing
you just answered my question. Wait. You just answered my question. Now, hey, bring him back up. I'm about to say, you just answered my question. Ahmed, you just answered my question.
I can answer for you. I love it.
No, you don't need to answer him. Chill. Ahmed, I was just gonna say to you, so you do support Israel? Okay, cool. Like, where are you from again? Because I'd be curious to find out. Like, are you?
I don't have a country. I said we have no country. We Kurdish 50 million people. We have no country.
So where are you currently residing?
Residing in what is supposed to be Kurdistan, but it's divided.
Oh, Kurdistan. Okay, so you're by Dagestan in that whole area. Is that?
No. It's between Iraq, Iran, and Turkey and Syria. It's divided.
Oh, okay. I got you. So, fair enough. So, it makes sense why you support Israel.
Blue, let me explain Kurdistan.
I just have to get it.
Let me explain Kurdistan. Because
talk.
All right. So Kurdistan was promised to the Kurds in 1919. So when the British broke up the Ottoman Empire and they divided all these Middle Eastern states and all these African states and created all these countries, they promised the Kurds their own nation. And this was in 1919. So the Kurds have been fighting for their promised land since 1919. Now, they have been separated. He is right. They're separated between Turkey, Syria, Iraq, Iran, and I believe part of Armenia, if I am correct. Under the map.
That is right. Yes. A small minority.
Okay. So basically, what if people who know who Rand Paul is, he is the
I know who Rand Paul is.
Okay, so in 2015, he said we need to create a Kurdish state within the Middle East. And he said that in 2015 before Donald Trump got elected. So that would have caused us a forever war in the Middle East. The forever war that is seeming to take place right now.
Yeah.
And that's what they're trying to push. So the Kurds, 100%, like, I feel bad for our Kurdish brothers and sisters because they're all Muslims as well. And they definitely deserve their own, they deserve their own land. I definitely believe that. But
I say so. They have the autonomous region north of Iraq already. And then they don't have any countries, so they want some part of the country from Turkey. So they don't want to respect any country's sovereignty. They want some part of Turkey, they want some part of Syria, they want some part of
Arash, give me 1 second.
Iraq, Iran. They want to separate.
I understand where you're coming from.
This is the same situation happened to
because
Israel.
it was
they want to occupy these people because it was promised by British. We don't care about Brits promising someone.
Understood, and I definitely agree with that. Nobody should give a fuck about Brits promising somebody some land because Brits have done this shit to my people as well, where they cut up the land and divide the people. And so they do that in order to cause infighting later on. Because if you have a group of people who are not unified and who are going against each other, you can support one group to go against the other group and cause indefinite chaos. And
respond to my question: did courts ever, throughout the history, ever had any country do Persians or Ottoman Empire, which is Turkey or Turkey right now, or Iraq? They had the country. So this same situation that the Brits sent Israel, Jewish people to Palestine, named Palestine Israel now, but I don't agree on that part. Occupied Palestine, they sent the part, and they want to do the same thing that they are doing to Palestinian. They sent courts to this region and said, okay, now this part is yours, and you have to claim your declare your independency, and that's not happening.
Talking about, dude, British separated us into five parts. What are you talking about? British sent them. It was British that made us.
So, Ahmed, let me get that straight. You want to invade
what are you
five
talking
countries.
About?
You want to invade 5 countries in order to declare your independence.
How old are you? How old are you? 10?
It doesn't matter. Give me a counter argument on that part if you have any argument. But let me get that straight. You want to invade 5 countries: Turkey, Iraq, Iran, Syria, and some part of Armenia in order to create your own country. You think that all these countries letting that happen?
It's my land. What do you mean? It's my land.
So how about your land is mine? This is the same happening to Palestine. Israel came and said,
okay, you can say
land.
that.
So who said? Because Brits promise you this land, it makes you
the white man is more important. He's getting paid, man. He's getting paid.
Okay.
How much you getting paid, Ahmed?
Okay, so let me just say one thing. Oh, yes, the British promised that in 1919, anybody can look it up, that a nation state that's called Kurdistan would be created. That's 100% true. So
I'm not
going
to
to deny
to
that.
get the half of America for Iran?
Okay, so hold on. So let me finish. So there's a different situation now. So if you look at NATO, Turkey has one of the largest population of Kurds, and on their border is Syria. And in 1998, there was the Adana Agreement, which stopped Turkey and Syria from going to war with each other because Syria promised Turkey that they would arm all Kurdish militia groups. So that happened. And now Turkey is a part of NATO. So if America is going to be arming Kurds, that's going to basically infiltrate or try to destabilize Turkey, it would actually, Turkey can force, I believe it's Article 4 or Article 5, and they can basically ask for all the help from NATO.
Jill, I've got a question for you. Since you said your part, the argument started that you said because they have so much population, 50 million or whatever population. So let me ask you, because in Iran we have Arabs, we have Kurds, we have Turks, Azeri, Baluchi. We have a lot of ethnicities, so we have to give every part to divide our country into 6-7 different parts, or Turks have to divide their countries into 10. Well, let me tell you, what do you mean by yes? So go ask Turkey first, and then go to the other countries. So in America has to be divided to 190 countries because there are 190 nations that came to America. Nothing happening like this in the entire world. So go to another country. Let's say there are Kurds in Germany. Do they have to declare the independence because there's 10 million population? Of course. Let me talk. I haven't landed. Give me 20 seconds only. So let's say there are 10 million Kurds in Germany. Do they have to declare independence because there's 10 million Kurds in Germany? How about they're in England or Brits? Do they have to declare Turks in Brits because there is 5 million population? The country is not working like that. Nation, right now, we are united. We have Kurds in Iran living peacefully. They have the same rights as everyone else. Also, they have the same rights in Turkey. They have the same rights in other countries. But if you want to declare your independence and invade some other countries and invade their sovereignty, they fight back. That's of course. And these guys are separatists. They want to separate my country into different divisions, and that's not happening. Keep dreaming.
So the thing, let me speak. Okay. No, let me reply to it. Let me reply, please, guys. Okay, so this guy is speaking that way as if he's giving away land as a charity to me. He doesn't understand that my people have been living here before the even Persians migrate from India. We've been living in the Zagros Mountains before they even come to this region. And now he's acting as if he's giving land to me as a charity, which is really great because like this when I mentioned that these guys will create another form of government because he's talking about America. Well, can you create a country like America and then we will be ready to live in this country in this beautiful constitution like America that today we have. Create a country like Germany and we will be happy to live with you. But you created a trash hole country. In Turkey, in Iran, in Syria, in Iraq. These are the worst countries in the world.
So any country that you want to declare the independence and invade their trash countries.
To my mouth. Don't. So these guys are saying, not only I am going to let you create your own life, I will force you to live in the misery that I will create for you. Can you guys, how about that? How about creating?
Explain to me what misery has been created within Turkey? I'm confused about that one.
Well, okay. The most
the subject is about Iran, not Turkey and.
No, you just said 5 countries.
The majority of Kurdish people. Hold on, the majority of Kurdish people actually live within Turkey.
Okay, one of the most racist people, because the whole country of Turkey was based in a situation that they lived in a trauma. So basically, the same trauma that the Turkish people have had during forming the state, because of the fall of Ottoman Empire, and they were like a lot of clashes, and basically there was a huge trauma of losing land. They lost every land.
Ahmed, we are all
Let me
racist.
speak. I'm answering. I'm
Okay,
answering
you
Sheila's.
talk like
Yeah, brother, please let him finish. Let him finish. He hasn't
I'm
done.
answering his question. Okay, when it's your turn, you can speak. I don't care. Okay, so basically, in the same situation that created Turkey is still there. The trauma of losing land because they lost, because it's like usually a habit of broken empires. They always want to bring back the glorious history. They are willing to bring back their the time where they controlled every land. And as a reaction of this, for example, in Italy, the fascist movements came along. In Germany, the Nazis movement came along, and in Turkey, the same thing happened because there's something in the Turkish constitution that they have about bringing back those some of these regions that they lost after the First World War, and they still have it in their constitution. They want to bring them back. So these traumas that they still have of losing land, they just usually put them all on the Kurds. The situation of the Kurds in Turkey has been one of the most tragic in the history, the most tragic ones in the history.
Victim card.
Okay, so wait, Dave, 1 second though.
You have free education.
I got something to say though. 1 second.
Free healthcare. So what do you mean tragic?
1 second, brother. Thank you, Mahmoud. Yes. Assalamu alaikum. I was gonna say, is Trump saying that? He said he blames 3 people for lying to him to force the war in Iran. Like, is this really confirmed? Like, this is what he's saying?
No, it's not confirmed. Actually, Trump said it once and he retracted it. He said that they're going to arm courts to invade Iran, but since now the RGC is too powerful to fight back, and then Daddy Trump, as they call it, these courts, he retracted and he said he's not going to arm.
So he retracted that statement. That's crazy. That shit getting crazy. Oh yeah, and then volcanoes are popping off, tornadoes. So yeah, man.
Yes, Trump also recently said that it's not going to happen.
We don't want to go down the history. We don't want to go down the history with people.
So these guys
we
were
know you're
chanting. Thank you, Trump.
We know you're Zionists. Thank you. But we want to just continue with the news and what's going on. Somebody could take it away.
Sure.
So, Ahmed, what I'll say one thing about...
You talk too much. I think it's my turn. And first of all, I think
okay,
what you're doing is so cheap by this photo you have done. I'm not a monarchist, but what you have done is so cheap. Okay? We grown up with the motto of death to America. When I was a child, we were forced to say this at the school. And Islamic Republic, this has been its policy to export Islam to the world. We grew up with an enemy. We're always, America, Israel, all other countries.
Say why, Father. Explain why you grew.
Sorry?
I said it'd be nice if you explained why that slogan came about and how it came up.
Yeah, it's because of, we have a fundamentalist Islamic regime who they think, that, martyrdom, if I pronounce it well, is, it's a longer story, between Sunnis and Shia, in Shia, Shia Muslims, they believe that, when they are killed or they're martyred, they will go to heaven, and this is their responsibility to bring Islam to the world, So this is something which is in contrast with the Persian ideology. I want to refer my friend Ahmad or the other people to the history. We Persians, we lived with all the religions, with all Jewish people, Christian, for many years in peace. Iran is a country consists of many different rituals, etc. As it was explained, we have Baluch, we have Kurds, we have, a lot of ethnics living in the country, So this is completely, and if I want to refer you also to the first Charter of Human Rights by the Cyrus the Great, and this is what the Iranian people are suffering from at the moment. We do not want the war with Israel. We do not want to support, the fundamentalists in the region. I think Iranian people deserve to live in peace. Most of the population are young people, educated people. They are completely against the Islamic regime. When I was, I think, 12, 13 at the school, they were forcing us to say our prayers. Otherwise, we couldn't pass. And that was, a few years later, I hate religion because this religion, in fact, was some sort of a double life for us in order to survive. This is the way we grew up in this country. And I just say this and I finish about the percentage that, some people were talking, including Ahmad, about the 50% or 60%. This is not true. Even the Islamic Republic figures doesn't show this. But if you look at the elections during the reformist time, Khatami or the other ones, that I was the one who was also supporting the reformists with the hope that maybe something is changing, but it never happened. So in the last election, just look at the figures of the people who didn't vote. You can clearly come to the figure that the supporters of this Islamic regime are maximum 10 to 15%, if not less. And these are the people who have the power, who have the arms to kill people. And this is why I was focusing on, it is very important to realize that Iran is not a democratic country. And it's a dictatorship. And we had to find a way to survive. Now, if some of the people, if they're happy about the war, it is not that they are supporting the war. Or if they are shouting the name of Reza Pahlavi or the king, yes, maybe some people believe in it, and I think that...
Farzad, how about you? You supporting Israel?
Sorry, I was going to respond to this guy. Sorry, I wanted to respond to Farzad.
Yeah,
finish.
Because Farzad saying people like...
No, I tried to respond to him.
He's bombing your country by Israel and America.
Irish, what's that?
Sorry? Say your question again.
Getting your country bombarded by Israel and the U.S.
No, I'm completely anti-war, okay? But I'm a realist, okay? I talk to many people. I talk to my friends. I talk to my mother. What is the paradox and what is the tragedy in this? Some of my friends who are not, they are in our, how can I say, they are completely aware of the new situation. What they told me, said, Farzad, this is our last chance. It doesn't matter for us to be killed on this